Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is KingStix, so I'm going to be showing you how to play Gragas Jungle. First things first, get a ward down. Then you're going to want to reset and get your Oracle Lens. Gragas Jungle has the lowest win rate out of all of the junglers on OPGG at a 45% win rate. You can still make him work, and if he does shoot back into the meta with a buff or an indirect buff, then this video will be very helpful for you. Like I said, you can still make him work even though he's low win rate. The biggest thing you need to know about him is his runes. You can take anything from Predator, which has a terrible win rate, or you could go Dark Harvest, which has a much higher win rate on him. Another thing you need to know is Gragas is a 4 camp clear jungler, and you want to start W. If you clear more than 4 camps, you'll be late to Scuttle Crab. You want to auto attack W and then lay it down. Your W has the highest single target damage starting out. So if you're going to start on a buff, it's the best thing to start, and you want to start with your auto first. That way you can get the damage reduction on your W. We're next going to take our E, and we're going to go over to our wolves. We're going to W, blast into it. We're getting a lot of healing back from our passive. Here we are going to end up skipping our Gromp and our golems because we want to save as much time as possible. It looks like Singe is shoving up, so we might have to focus our attention more around mid lane. Like I said on Gragas, doing a 5 camp or 6 camp clear is fairly inefficient, and I wouldn't recommend it. Alright, let's get our W. We can even E over the wall. You normally walk away when you're charging your W, take a little bit less damage. E the camp, and W again. There we go. We're gonna go for our red buff now. E him out of its auto attack. Gonna hit one of our potions. Gonna wait for our passive. We waited a second to use our W there to get that extra healing. Auto attack it, cancel its auto with our E. There we go. We are level 3 pre 3 minute, ready to gank, and then set up a potential Scuttle Crab. Gragas 1v1s aren't amazing, and you're going to lose them against most champions. So you're normally looking to get lane prio before you do Scuttle. I'm hoping 𝐒𝐿𝐿 is on blue, or maybe he might be on Gromp here. Got him. The fact that his blue was gone, he started leash with his bot side. I figured he'd be on Gromp, but I could kill him. 𝐒𝐿𝐿 is also a little out of the meta right now. We're going to charge up our W, knock it up. Smite it while it's still stunned to get that extra damage. You want to pop your Q once you have it knocked up. That way it does extra damage. Scuttle takes 20% more damage when you have a hard CC'd. We'll go for the other Scuttle here. We're going to try to push it towards our bot lane to push it away from 𝐒𝐿𝐿's opening. He's most likely going to run that way. Alright, going to charge up our W, Q. Get all that damage off. Hit him with your W once you have the E knocked up. Double Scuttle is a pretty big deal for Gragas. Q pop on him. No one's really reacting to this. It's kind of funny. As you can see, 𝐒𝐿𝐿's early game is kind of questionable. Got Dark Harvest stack out of him. This is why 𝐒𝐿𝐿 is currently off meta. Even dealing with a 45% win rate champion like Gragas, he can find himself in a weird situation. We're just going to have to flash away. We don't have a mid laner, and our bot lane's still missing. That's alright. We did get double Scuttle. If you're in a situation where you find yourself frustrated, either due to your own bad plays like me there, or due to your teammates, there's no reason to spam ping them or flame them, even if your eye really does get 1v1 by accident. Blaming your teammates does not help, even if you feel certain your teammates are in the wrong. Who knows, maybe they're in the right. Yeah, it looks like the solo laners are struggling here. We're going to go ahead and go into focus mode so we can play our best and try to carry this game. You're going to max Q first, and then your E second. Your Q does a little bit more damage when you have it charged. So normally when you throw it down, you want to let it sit for about 2 seconds to maximize the damage. And your Q does start to go on cooldown from when you first cast it, so don't feel like you're missing out by letting it sit there and soak for a bit. There's nothing wrong with that. 𝐒𝐿𝐿 is getting buffed soon, so in general on Gragas Jungle, unless you're really far ahead of him, don't try to solo 𝐒𝐿𝐿, because that's going to be a bad idea, especially if he has Conqueror. In general, he's going to win those 1v1 matchups. The only kind of junglers you're going to be able to solo on 𝐒𝐿𝐿 is weak early game mages. like a 𝐒𝐿𝐼 jungle or an Evelyn, or if the enemy jungle is just super low on health in general. You're typically going to look more for ganks on Gragas than anything else, rather than 1v1s with how strong he is in the meta right now, which is not great. Alright, let's look to get Finish Codex. We'll get that. And we have free boots. We'll go ahead and pick up a pink ward. You could get a dark seal before your jungle item's completed. Normally after jungle item, full jungle item, blue smite. Typically, you could go for red smite in this situation. It'd be solid. You'd go for your Sork shoes, and then you'd go for Morello. They have Jinx, who's going to be healing off of her items. Conqueror Garen, who's going to heal. Conqueror 𝐒𝐿𝐼 going to heal. Morello also makes you tanky on Gragas. And then you'll usually go for a Proto Belt. You could go for an Hourglass. Q out in front of it. W. Knock it up. Blow it up once it's knocked up. It's pretty much a Q WE or WQE. Just try to put all your damage on it after you have it knocked up. Where is he? What is Yasuo doing here? Guess he's on the 𝐒𝐿𝐼. Nobody's really reacting. This is a weird situation. Yasuo's taking turret damage. Yasuo's gonna die here. Put our Q down to try to slow and deter them. Takes up a big amount of space. Kind of like an MFE. Want to get my Dark Harvest back on him. Didn't quite land it. He got barely above half HP as it was coming down. I want to gank bot while I'm level 6. When you're level 6, you're usually going for the bot gank because you have your R. As you walk up, you can start up your W. When the Ian, try to tag her with slow. Blue smite the Ashe. I want to get her flash before I R. Looks like she didn't have flash. Not bad. If you think the enemies have flash, you don't want to open up with R, because if they flash, it's kind of like Alistar headbutting them away. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 is dead. This chick's way out of position. We could definitely kill her. Doesn't look like we're really shoving though. I'll land my Q. Looks like we're going for dragon. It's probably the better call here anyways. Thought Yasuo was going to shove wave and then we were just going to dive the level 4 Jinx. Cass is all inning Irelia. I don't even know if I can get here in time. And charge up my W here in a second. Knock him up. Hit him with ult. Nice, we got him. Just had to sacrifice Nami, not too big of a deal. Go ahead and snag our blue buff. And then we will reset and get full jungle item. 𝐒𝐿𝐼 doesn't have full jungle item yet, so by resetting on this, we'll actually get a really big leg up. In the early game, I wouldn't recommend taking blue and Gromp at the same time on Gragas. Unless you're about to reset and you're at least like level 4 or 5, you can start taking it comfortably together with your AoE. But early game, you will get really low and you're normally going to back if you're going to do something like that. I'm going to go snag that Scuttle Crab, and then I'll reset. I'll want to snag that. Before you're about to go into a fight, you normally want to charge up your W because it does have a 0.75 second cast time. So you don't want to be already in combat and then using it typically, unless you're trying to tank, because you can use it as a tank tool, because right when you cast it, you take a bunch of reduced damage for 2.5 seconds. But in a gank situation, you're not normally worried about taking less damage. You're just focused on maximizing your damage. But in like team fights, sometimes that can be better. It's on a fairly low cooldown though, to where even if you go into a team fight leading with W, it'll be up soon enough for you to kind of recast it. And your E, I don't even need to tell you guys about that. Pretty straightforward. You can E flash really easily, so when you're in mid-air with your E, you can flash into them and it will still count it. It's really OP. That's probably the best part about Gragas. We're going to be going top here. Garen doesn't have any MR yet. He's very gankable. We have full jungle item. We should be able to out 2v2 𝐒𝐿𝐼. Got him. Singe probably got triumphant healing off that. It's really good. Help him shove wave. Now we'll take some turret plates. I'm going to stay on top of him to bump 𝐒𝐿𝐼 off. You can knock people out of the air with your dash. It's basically it's like a Alistar dash, It's like an Alistar Q and a 𝐒𝐿𝐿 dash all in one. 𝐒𝐿𝐿 dash plus Ali Q. So if anyone's in midair, you just bop him out of the air. The fact that Ashe shot her arrow up here makes me think 𝐒𝐿𝐿 is in the area. Got him. Just E over. Hit him with my W and then Q him. I already had my W activated. I just got a fresh blue buff, so that means he already took his. I think I'll just go for a Herald here. Oh, Garen just checked it. I'll go for it. He didn't ward it. Should be able to take it. Gragas is really popular in the pro scene because of his mobility on his E. Pro scene really loves champions that have dashes and knockups pretty sick. Things like Sejuani, Jarv, and Gragas have always been favorites because of that reason. Gives them a lot of gank options, especially when they're in the meta. Knock him up. Ult him back. Good with my auto. Obviously, if you do have a gold league on Gragas, even though he's not meta, you can still do some really cool things with him. Try to leave. Oh, he kind of threw him out of my Q. Blue smite him. Hit him with my W. I'm afraid Garen has ult is what I'm afraid of. Got him. Hit him with Q right as he's about to R. But as you can see, even with a 45% win rate champion like Gragas, which is abysmally low, if you do have full jungle item or if you have a gold lead in general, you can do some really cool stuff. Just remember, 4 camp clear, gank scuttle. In this case, we ended up invading because I figured 𝐒𝐿𝐿 would be low. 𝐒𝐿𝐿 players tend to get very low in their first clear, especially if they start Machete and not Talisman. They try to full clear on Hunter's Machete, take things like Raptors and Golems, they'll lose pretty much all their HP. That dude, I was stunned for like 10 years. I just straight up couldn't move. That was so bad. I thought I could just flash and then E away, but I just never came out of the stun. That was crazy. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. It legit felt like 10 years. Just being under turret felt bad. Nice Ashe ult though. Gonna be building into Morello. They have Ashe support, which actually isn't that bad. Ashe support and Senna support are very common to see. I think Senna support kind of brought Ashe support back into the spotlight. People realize that being a range support and being able to kite out hard has a lot of upside to it as long as you position correctly. 𝐒𝐿𝐿 is going bot. We're going to ping that out. Even if you're not ganking a lane as a jungler, pinging does help. Yes, I know the majority of the time your teammates don't listen anyways, but it really does help. Stay consistent. QE over. Killed him with blue smite. EQ. I have red buff. I'm burning the shit out of him. He's running away. I think he might actually get away. How does he have so many like wards? Like how does he have so many wards? It's crazy. At least I got the Dark Harvest stack. I hit the monster. My jungle item splashed the thing with my E. Splashed my what is it called? My runic echoes. So I got Dark Harvest stack. Looks like I really mopped him up. That's really good. We have double flat magic pen. We can definitely kill 𝐒𝐿𝐿 here. He doesn't have red buff, and he's going to be crossing through this area. As he crosses over, we'll have our W charged. I don't know if this is warded. He's kind of running the other way, so there is a chance I need to be vigilant. Might just go for minion wave, honestly. Okay, I'm going to charge up W. I wanted to Q then E there. Looks like he's going around. My R's up in about 15 seconds. I can kill the Jinx. I normally wouldn't be waiting in a bush this long. I have such a big lead to where I'm not really falling behind by doing this. And I don't have any camp spots side. There's no camps over here. I'd have to run all the way top. She should be in this bush. Got him. Your R's are really good execute. You can use it to push them into your Q, but in general, You're going to have your W on, throw out a Q, E into them, and then drop your R on top of their head and activate your Q. Make sure you reactivate your Q before your R pushes them off of it. Gonna walk away. Looks like Cass is kind of resetting. Yeah, the Dark Harvest Gragas scales way better than Predator Gragas, and Predator Gragas has a 45% win rate. There's 2 Dark Harvest pages that both have over a 50% win rate. So that's why I'm showing you guys Dark Harvest, because it's legitimately better on Gragas Jungle than Predator, because Predator got nerfed. They nerfed Predator for no reason. I'm gonna boost my Garen, try to get him off of my Yasuo. Slow them both with my Q. Very good. Good AoE slow. It is 60% for 2 seconds. That's basically an AoE Nasus slow, if you think about it. I'm gonna heal up with my passive there off my W. Could have just used my Q realistically. Looks like Jinx is backing off. She's probably gonna go for those golems. I can one-shot her with my R. My Dark Harvest is on cooldown though. Garen stayed. This is warded. I gotta back off. I'm gonna heal off of my W, or I could just use Q, either one. I'm gonna put it right there. Oh shit. See, that's what that's the danger of trying to be fancy with your R. If you miss your R, or if they flash it, in this case I just threw out a really bad R, then you're fucked. What I should have done in this situation, Garen pulled back really early. I don't know if I was over a ward, if he was just paying really good attention. As he ran back, I should have just threw out an R to kill the minions and push him into the turret. And then as he desperately tried to run away from this area, because the R would have pushed him this way, then I could have hit him with a Q. And the whole time he's taking turret, and then I could eat him into turret. So pretty much what happened is I just hard whiffed R, didn't kill the minions, and he just ran at me. That was unfortunate. We're gonna build into our hourglass now. Try to play around the dragons. We have so much gold that there's really no reason to give the enemy the objectives. Gragas isn't amazing at soloing dragons. If you do have full jungle item, it's no biggie. You should be able to take it. No biggie indeed. Let's get that dragon. Ashe and Jinx down there. I'll be going for Herald next. Solid smite tools your W into smite at the same time. It's almost like a new Q smite. Blow that up. Alright, yeah, let's go get the Herald. There's 𝐒𝐿. He's gonna pull back into his jungle. I should find him. Also, you're having W. Set up your Q and WQ at the same time is a really strong smite tool. Got him. That's the power of double flat magic pen. We have our Sork shoes and the Merle flat magic pen since 𝐒𝐿 doesn't have any HP or MR yet. Even though it seems like I shouldn't have been able to one-shot him. It pulled through. Alright, let's go for Herald. With their junglers dead, they're all bot side. Ooh, it's gone, never mind. Baron spawns in 15. I like this. Yeah, the Herald's... When there's 15 seconds left, the Baron swallows the Herald up. Unfortunate. Take these guys out. And we'll just keep taking his camps. I'm not really farming my camps at this point since I have a lead. I want to try to stay in his jungle unless his team forces me out. Oh, I wanted that red buff. There we go. Throw out a Q. Eat at him. Knock him up. Hold him inside of your Q. Pretty much leading with Q is really good. That way you get to charge it. And you can QE to get a lot of the same value. Oop. Got him. I messed up my E flash there. I flashed too late. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I could wait in bush. I don't know if it's warded. I'm gonna heal off my passive every time it's up. 8%, 6% of your max health is fairly substantial. Probably going for his Raptors next. Nice, and your Q does give you vision. You can throw it into a bush if you need to. Kind of like a Karthus Q, and figure out if it's safe to go in there. If you think the enemy might be lurking. The Warwick in your jungle or something. Let's set up a team fight. Got our W on. Hit her with Q. I could potentially all-in it there. I didn't feel safe being that far up. In with my W. Pull off. Got him. Just QEW. Well, I technically WQE'd there. Still have my R. I didn't think I need to use it on Garen. He's already so low health. Most of your combos are just going to be WQE, then R. You really need to start with your W though. When you're channeling W, you can't use your E or any ability. Got Ashe. Oh, I'm dead though. I kill Ashe with just the QR because of the Dark Harvest. Blowing my shutdown wasn't really worth it for it. Looks like we're starting Baron. That was probably the better call. I'm pretty tired right now. It's late at night. I could be playing better than this. I'm being greedy. There's a lot of situations where we should just go for an objective, but I'm lurking for kills. Alright, let's get a pink ward. Got our Hourglass. Taking Baron without your jungler is a little risky. One Jinx R, Ashe R could potentially AoE damage it. Yasuo Windmill's got it covered, and we got Baron! Woo! Alright, Dragon spawning in 50. We'll head over there. You max W last, it gives you the less damage per level normally. It's not really worth maxing second or first as a jungler, even though you start it. It's your best level 1 spell, or starting on blue or red buff. On Gragas, you normally just start with your bot lane. And like I said, I wouldn't try to 1v1 people on Gragas, especially early game, or if you don't have a lead. His 1v1s aren't amazing. I'm going for Dragon here. Hit it with my little thing, trying to get some damage off. I don't really want to hop over the wall. I thought Singed might be able to kill him. My R was not the best. It kind of pushed him away from Singed. I'm going to E. There we go. Solid WQ there. WQ burst damage is really high. Gragas is solid at securing objectives because of that combo. Just auto attack and Q at the same time. Auto attack with your W on and activate your Q. Try to get that timing down to where it's instantaneous. It's really powerful. Kassadin just flashed away. I saw his flash in the shadows. He was scared. I got my Dark Harvest stack on him. 19 Harvest stacks. Having about 30% less Dark Harvest stacks per minute of the game is considered really good. If you have as many as per minute of the game, you're just ridiculously fed. So if you had 24 Dark Harvest stacks at the 24-minute mark, you would be considered very, very fed. Having 19 at 24, 25 minutes is still considered very good. You just don't want to have half as much. So if it's a 30-minute game and you only have 15 Dark Harvest stacks, that's not considered very much. Enemies are just kind of playing in their base. I'm going to keep taking their camps. That's why I'm roughly 20 CS up on 𝐒𝐿, and he has been farming a lot of minions. A big chunk of his CS is just from minions. Going in for a big fight. Just dropped my R right on his head there. Alright, let's push in. I wasn't in a hurry to force a fight. If they have buffs up, you might as well take the buff and then crush their base. It's not like we had Herald or some kind of time inhibitor forcing us to fight at that very moment. I'm gonna E flash on her in a second. She was really stepping up. She's really stepping up. She's just trying to hit me with max range Ws. hop over walls on Gragas with your E. Can go over most walls with his E, just not the thickest ones like a big thick boy like that. Can go over medium and small walls. You could go over this chunker or this chunker. Really solid dash. Try to blue smite him. I'm gonna have to E away here. Make Q down, slow the Garen. Crazy how cast is still pretty much full mana. Should have R'd there. I was a little slow on that. Hit them all with the R! I pulled them all back to me and Nami. Ooh! Let's go. WE on him. Even if you're pushing people in a weird way, if you land your R on everyone in a team fight, it's normally a good thing. I was just trying to get them off of Yasuo as he was going in really deep. I didn't want them to all 5 mana. So I figured if I could just grab 2 of them and pull them towards us, that would help Yasuo pop off since he's so fed. After this, you normally get a Rabadon, or you could go for Dead Man's Plate or Gargoyle, just depending on what your team needs. If your team needs more damage, you go more damage. If your team needs more tank, things like Gargoyle Stone Plate's really strong. He's just trying to stall us here as we're breaking their base. She's not stepping up far enough for me to E-flash on her. Land my Q on the Jinx. And that's GG, guys. That's how you play Gragas Jungle. Even though he's a 45% win rate, you can carry with him, and you can get at least diamond solo queue with him. If you guys want to chill out and ask questions on stream, don't forget to follow me at twitch.tv/KingStix. I'll have a link down in the pinned comment below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is KingStix. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.